share some tips and some alternate ideas for the Notes from the Heart um, paper pumpkin kit. And I'm being a little goofy here getting my video started because I'm having a really hard time with YouTube getting the orientation straight. I've been spent almost an hour on this, so hopefully I've got it straightened out here and you'll be able to see this in the right view. And let's see if I can move this over a smidge. There we go. You won't see the camera holder. Okay, sorry about that. I usually try to have this all organized, but YouTube has changed something and you can't actually change the orientation until it starts recording, or I couldn't figure it out, so who knows. Anyway, let's talk about this kit. It's called Notes from the Heart, and it makes 9 cards total. They're absolutely gorgeous. I'll show you them. So this is one of them. Oops, that's an alternate. So sorry. Here's one of them. So that is, nope, that's an alternate too. I've got my cards all mixed up. I'm not getting off to the best start here this morning. But I'm going to just go with it because I need to get this done. It's Christmas. I got 1,000 things to do, just like everyone else. All right, here's one. No alternate. Love these dies, and I really need thank you cards and get well cards and birthday cards. So this is a perfect kit for me to start the year out with some inventory. Okay, got those, and then here's the last one that's designed as is. Now I did move my sentiment over a little bit. I wanted to show more of the flower. So I kind of like the envelopes this time. They're Mossy Meadow, and then they gave us a stick-on label to put on the front. So that really ties in with the actual shape of the card too. So the scallop shape. So that's nice. All right, so that's the 3 cards made as the kit calls for. Let's talk a little bit about the kit contents this month. So we had a really nice stamp set, really great sentiments. I love the font in these, how they made some of the letters a little bit different. I think that's really stands out. And you guys know how much I love these covers for our stamps now. It makes them easy to find. We got a Blackberry Bliss ink spot, and same tip I have every month. Be sure and store this upside down. I like to just take my scissors and make a little slit right there, and so the lid stays intact, and then store it upside down when you're not using it. And I like to label mine with a piece of the cardstock, but you can also just write the name of the color on the backside too. We did get some really beautiful gold gems, and then we got these really pretty foiled punch outs for the sentiments, and there's an actual whole extra sheet, so that's really nice. If you have any stamping boo-boos, you have some replacements. Or I didn't have any stamping boo-boos this month, so I've got this whole sheet to use, so I'll use those on some of my cards. So that's what's in the kit. I don't have a lot of tips for you. I will tell you, when you punch out the vellum um, leafy underlay, be real careful with it. It's a little bit fragile. Save these because I got an idea for you. And everything else went together really easily. It was a pretty easy kit to put together. So let's talk about some of my alternates. So this is one of them. And what I did here was I used the Vine 3D embossing folder, and it just gave a ton of texture to the card. You can see the difference there between the non-textured and the textured. So I really like that a lot. Now, if you're going to write something on this side of the card, then that is probably not the best way to go about it. If you want to have that free and clear, then you don't emboss it. But the Vine one goes really good with the punch outs. And then this next one. So what I did on this one was I took the vellum greenery and I used my blending brush and Mossy Meadow ink, and then I just softly brushed all of the vellum to make that pop out a little bit more. So let me show you what that kind of looks like compared to how the kit's designed. So it's very soft and translucent as the kit's designed, but when you pop it up with a little bit of color, then it shows a little bit more. So that's really all I did to that one. Okay. Well, this one, I don't think you're going to be able to tell, but what I did was I told you earlier to save these. So what I did was I laid this down on the card, and then I took that blending brush again and used this as a stencil. So you can see there's really soft greenery back here. And then this is the actual punch out from the vellum. And then again, I colored that. So this is Mossy Meadow. So just a way, if you don't really like seeing all that white background, just a way you could actually, do this all over the card if you wanted to, but it really adds a little extra to it. And it doesn't cost anything, and it's a great way to use up those vellum leftover pieces. Okay, this one, I actually dry embossed it with the vine. Then I actually, again, used the blending brush and Mossy Meadow and just softly went over and brought out some color there in the vines. I took the vellum foliage or ferns, and I did a couple things to it. First of all, I took the ink spot and I just went boop, 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 all over. And that kind of makes the lines in it. And then I just softly, softly, softly went over that. So this has all been changed into Blackberry Bliss. So that's all I did to that one. Oh, and I cut one of these apart so I could have some of the vines coming down underneath. And I didn't waste a whole sheet there doing that. All right, here's another one. The only thing that I did different on this one is I stamped directly on the card stock instead of on the little foil gold die. So that's the only thing I did on that one. And then here's another one. Now this one, what I did was I added a layer of Mossy Meadow. And then I used the coordinating die that came with the quarterly dies that go with the October, November, December paper pumpkins. And so I know most of you have these, but they still are available if you haven't gotten them yet. It's a really great die set. So it's got the greenery, which was the piece that went with this month. It's got the tag that went with last month, and it's got the Mary. So it was a 3-piece die set. It's $12. It's item 165639. Remember, these are always while supplies last. So if you haven't grabbed one yet, you might want to do that. Okay, so that's all I really did on that one. I added that die and the Mossy Meadow layover. So when I got done, I had a couple labels left because you have an extra one or two. And then because I had stamped directly on a few, I didn't use them. So this is the extra label. This is the Happy Birthday from the stamp set. And then again, this is the die from the Mary Tags and More. This is another die. This is the Winter Garden DSP that's in the mini catalog right now. It's currently on sale. Again, that's while supplies last too. And then this is a basic beige ribbon, and I dyed it to get the Mossy Meadow color in it because it was not, really didn't go with what I've got going on here. So I dyed it with this blending brush. These blending brushes are pretty handy. Okay, and then here is another, I had another little foil die left over, and so I just used one of the stamps just a note, and then this I had left over, and actually some of this is from one of the punches. So this is the bow punch, and earlier I mentioned not to throw this leftover piece away because there's enough in here to punch out some punches. So you can get the bow punch in here, so that's what I did. And you can get the little flower thing here too. So use these little leftover vellum pieces to get some of your vellum punch outs, or you can use cardstocks too. So that's what I did on this. You can see this came from the bow punch, this came from the bow punch, and then this was left over from one of the pieces that I cut. And then this is just a piece of DSP that I had. Just a cute little note. Okay, those are all the alternates I have for this month. And if you're one of my Paper Pumpkin subscribers and you're on Facebook, I will get those all loaded into the album before the weekend. I hope to get that done. And let's talk about what's coming down the pike. So next month for January, the kit is called Hearts for You, and it is 9 cards, 3 designs, heart-shaped dies and stickers, red heart gems, flirty flamingo, petal pink, and real red are the colors. And if you want to get this kit and you aren't a current subscriber, you need to do that by January 10th. There is a new die set out that goes with the January, February, and March. Let me show you it. It's called Spring is in the Air. And it's really cute. I haven't actually played with it yet, but it's a 4-piece, 5-piece actually die set. I think this heart's going to be really useful. And that little bee's adorable, and the little honeycomb is adorable. So this, I'm thinking, will go with the January kit, and then I haven't explored enough to see what else is happening here. But I got another great die set, and it's 166237. It's $12. You have to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber to get these. And if you ordered one with me when I did the order last week, they arrived last night, so I'll be making contact with you in the next day or two to get those out to you. A bunch of us ordered together when the free shipping day went on. Okay, let's see, what else do I have for you? If you're one of my Paper Pumpkin subscribers, then you should be getting, if you haven't already, the upcoming mini catalog that starts January 7th, and Celebrations, which actually starts January 7th. So some of these were picked up if you were at the Christmas Fun or you did the virtual event. You got that in the mail already. And I know some of you that I had them mailed to started receiving them this week. So watch your mail for these. They'll come to you soon. And if you don't get it, please let me know. If you don't have it by the end of the month, please let me know. Okay, let's see. What else was I going to tell you? Something to think about with Celebrations is that when you make a $60 purchase, then you get one of the free items from the Celebrations mini catalog. And there's some great choices this year. So if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, I would encourage you in January to purchase at least a 3-month subscription so you can grab one of these freebies. To me, that's worth it. I can't open the catalog, but there's some nice papers and stamp sets and some embellishments and ribbon, so it's worth it. Now, because we have the mini catalog starting January 7th, don't forget that the current mini catalog ends January 6th. So this particular catalog, some items are already sold out. Many are on sale. They're on the last chance list. And again, the last day to order is January 6th. So if there's something you wanted out of here and you haven't gotten it yet, this would be an excellent time to grab it before it's gone forever. Okay, let's see. I think that's all I have for this month. So thank you so much for tuning in. I want to wish each one of you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I will see you next month. Thank you.